Good morning. My name is Tiana Piles. I'm a co-founder of BSTARS, Breastfeeding Sisters that are receiving support. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. This is a little while in coming. I am joined by Erica Davis, member of Black Mothers Breastfeeding Association. I'm so excited for this. I know y'all been waiting for our final leaderboards for our Million Milk March. Erica Davis and the association were one of our organizations that joined us in solidarity. There were 19 of them. And so I have the privilege of talking with Erica this morning about the organization, about herself, the work, and to give you your leaderboards and what's next. So again, I'm so honored to be joined by you, Erica. How are you this morning?
Hi there, Tiana. I'm doing good today. I'm glad to be here chatting with you. And this has been like a fun month for all of us. So I'm excited to share what we've all been doing together.
Yay! Awesome, girl. I appreciate you. We reached out. I mean, we literally, you know how we work. Um, we have a thought, of idea, and then we run, and then the momentum pushes you, and then all of a sudden you're like, we're doing it. And
Yeah,
so I appreciate you and your energy, girl. I've known you since what, 2016? Um,
yes,
we met at USBC, so that was awesome. In fact, I met you before I met Sakita. Some of my major homegirls, so it's like it's amazing how God puts people in your path, the people that you need in your path. Shoot, even some people that you need to just know and move forward. But like I'm so always proud to just, especially in this work, that's just this is just our passion. It's not even it is work, but it's our passion. And so in meeting you and just keeping up, Facebook feels like I get to see you all the time and your family.
yes.
And so when this came up, it was like, oh, I can reach out to Erica. That's my connection. And you were so instrumental in helping to get things done. So I thank you. So what I would like you to do is first, please introduce yourself, talk about, yourself and why you're passionate about this work. And then we'll go from there. Okay.
Alrighty. Well, I'm Erica Davis. I am here representing Black Mothers Breastfeeding Association, and I'm currently in the role of a WIC breastfeeding liaison with the organization. And so this work has taken me on a lot of journeys. And so I've been a peer counselor, and so in this role, I still am doing the peer counselor work. Of course, I'm so passionate about breastfeeding and breastfeeding education because I'm a mom, and being a mom just like changed my life. I know it sounds cliche, but that's really that's my truth. And so my daughter is 6 now, and even though she's been long done with breastfeeding, it is just my passion to continue to talk to families about it and educate my community because we know how important that it is. So I also wanted to thank you, Tiana, of course, when you sent the idea about I'm kind of planning this walk and I'm kind of have these things. I was like, wow, this is so cool. And I'm just so impressed and amazed at how everything just came together and how you just reached out and connected so many organizations all across the whole country so that we can all share in our passion and do this big thing together. So that was really awesome of you.
Oh, well, thank you. This is definitely been a group effort. But literally, like we were talking about, those partnerships, those friendships, the sisterhood. Like truly,
Yes.
when I say "Hey sis," I mean that. And so I think with the help of conferences and definitely with USBC, the connectivity,
Mhm.
it helps us to not feel like we're working in silos, not intentionally, but just, you can get caught up in this work doing it in your own area. And so this year, with the pandemic going on and the social unrest, it was like, I know I was looking forward to seeing you all at some kind of conference somewhere in here. And so it was like, okay, that's not going to happen. How in the world can we figure out another way for us to, continue to stay connected? So, of course, a lot of people, of course, are saying like, we would have been on this path of this different connectivity, but probably maybe a couple of years later, so, but this year was like, no, you're going to do this now because you have to, and I know you don't know what you're doing, but you're going to figure it out along the way. So
Like
that
we're just all thrown into it.
and it's like, okay, God, I hear you. I'm listening. And okay, we just go figure this out. I guess that's how I guess true faith works. But it makes
Absolutely.
it so much easier, having sisters like you as part of. So again, I thank you for that. Girl, how long did you breastfeed your 6-year old?
So I breastfed my daughter for about 15 months. And so I did have a doula during my pregnancy, which is another reason I'm so passionate about the work that doulas do, because she
Mhm.
taught me a lot. And even when I met her, I was kind of like, I don't really know what you're supposed to do in this space, but she taught me about the self advocacy. So I come from a breastfeeding family. My mother breastfed. All three of her children. My grandmother breastfed, my aunts breastfeed, my cousins breastfeeding now, and so it's the norm in our family. But the advocacy I learned from my doula, just speaking up for myself, knowing what to say at the well child visits, knowing what to say during the hospital stay. Um, despite the birth experience that I had wasn't what I planned, I was still
Mhm.
able to breastfeed my daughter, and I continued to breastfeed her for about 15 months. So it was a life changing experience.
Awesome. And I love how your connection is the WIC peer counselor connection because all right, okay. So the work that we do, public health sometimes has to catch up with what we do.
Absolutely.
And so I do realize that government funding, government led agencies, there's so much red tape sometimes that it gets caught up in what they're trying to do versus the work that needs to be done like now. There's a gap sometimes. And so we find that we have to create these spaces for us on purpose and intentionally because we're finding that the help is not coming fast enough. However, it is still so important, those connections, because we need their help and support. We
Yes.
deserve their help and support. And they do not get that until we figure out these disparities and until we figure out why certain things aren't happening. They're truly not going to be effective in public health until they can figure that out. And so it takes liaisons like yourself that are hanging in there, making sure that we are connected. So it's like about preach. Oh no. Just making sure that we are connected, continue to stay connected. Even though we may find that we have to do a little bit other energy in what we're doing
Mhm.
because this is for us, by us. But
Yes.
it is still so very important that our public health entities come to understand that we need their help, and it's going to be some out of the box innovative help that we need, but that it's gonna be good for everybody. So
Right.
girl, I
We
appreciate
know what our
you.
communities need. We
Mhm,
know.
absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's us. I remember, I was a WIC mom as well. I have 4 children, was a WIC mom, was a proud to say I was a WIC mom. In fact, that's how I became a peer counselor. So girls, definitely not cliche. I think some women need to realize that they need to let their children be an excuse of protection for them to
Yes.
grow and to keep their behind out of some trouble that maybe they were headed into. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no,
Absolutely.
stay at home, be a mom, be a good mom, and whatever that means to you, but you do your best at it. And
Mhm.
so in being a WIC peer counselor, I was already trying to be my best mother I could. And then it was like, wow, this is empowering. This breastfeeding journey is empowering. And how can I help others? And so WIC, reached out to be like, hey, would you like to be a peer counselor? I wasn't thinking about that.
Right. I had no idea such a job existed. So when I actually first got into the work as a breastfeeding peer counselor, it was with a federally qualified health center. And
Mhm.
when I saw the job description, I was like, it was basically a lot of, did you breastfeed an infant 6 months into toddlerhood, more than a year? And I was like, here I am. So I had
Right.
no idea that somebody would even value that sort of experience into a job.
Yeah, and I know, isn't that amazing, girl? Because it's like, I get paid for just
I
what
was
I
like, I'm
what I
already doing
do.
this. I'm already telling
Yeah,
everybody I know who's pregnant, hey, are you going to breastfeed?
right, right. I'm like, what? They're gonna pay me for that? So that was cool and empowering as well. So yeah, that just that whole journey, girl. The fact that we get more food on WIC being breastfeeding, moms and
Yeah,
all.
fun fact. People
Ooh,
don't know that if you're breastfeeding,
ooh,
you get your own food
right.
package.
Yep. You go to the grocery store, they're like, tuna. What you doing with tuna on WIC? I'm like, I'm a breastfeeding mom.
There we go. Exactly.
And it's just like it. There were so many different elements of me on WIC. Of course, it was a blessing. Food was definitely helpful, especially having other children. But like even the person asked me about tuna, it gave me an organic opportunity just to say I'm breastfeeding. I don't know. It just feels good to be able to just share with strangers. Your breastfeeding journey. I'm breastfeeding. But girl, yeah, once again, so I'm so excited and glad that you are in that role and continue. And girl, hang in there through the little interestingness of it.
Yeah.
But they gonna learn. They are gonna learn. They got to learn.
Yes, they have to listen to us. And so, I'm excited to now I've always known about the work Benfa's been doing in Detroit for years. And so
Okay.
even I can remember my first couple of months as a peer counselor at the health center, Kiddada Green, who is our founding
Mhm.
executive director of Benfa. She actually, I don't even know if she remembers this story, but the peer counselor I was working with said, we're going to have Kiddada come over and talk to us about some stuff, and she can really help us. And so Kiddada came over and met with us at the health center, and she was like, well, whatever you want help with, I'm here to help you. And so I always remembered that about her. We always stayed connected. I always followed the organization and collaborated with them and different things I've been doing in maternal child health throughout the years. And so now it's kind of come around and I'm with the organization now. And so it's been, it's just a great experience. And our city is still continuing to push forward with breastfeeding and making it something that is on the forefront of our local public health.
Awesome. Once again, putting people that you need in your path. So
Absolutely.
let's use that as a wonderful segue to talk about BIMFA, Black Mothers Breastfeeding Association. So let's see. Of course, we've been, just naturally talking about this. So, how old is the organization? And in terms of its creation, we already know the need, but can you give us kind of the backstory on BIMFA?
So Benfa has been in existence since 2007. And then 2008 is when the Black Mothers Breastfeeding Club, which is the signature work of the organization, came to be. And so the Black Mothers Breastfeeding Club has been going since then. It has been going without interruption until the pandemic happened. And so the club was meeting twice a month in person before, but now since we have been doing everything virtually, we now meet with Breastfeeding Club once a week. And so
Hmm.
it's been a big transition to getting together, once or twice a month and having, dinners together or breakfast together at our morning
Right.
clubs. But it's been really awesome in the virtual space as well. And so the organization continues with doula services that are offered as well.
Awesome.
And now I've been a part of the team about 6 months or so to
Okay.
provide the breastfeeding support.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so you said the organization, other than having the club that meets, of course, virtually now, has lactation support as well as doula support as well.
Yes.
That's awesome. And it's amazing how certain things segue right into other birth work. Um,
Hmm.
so that's neat. That is wonderful. Okay, so all right, we talked about services. How can the organization be reached? How can you be reached for Benfa?
So as of now, we're still doing telehealth support.
Mhm.
We're connecting with moms that way through the virtual club, which has been great because a lot of moms who couldn't come face to face. We've met so many people in virtual club. I just can't stop talking about it because Wednesday afternoons we have a ball. And so one of the things that we've also done is establish a warm line where
Okay.
moms in our Metro Detroit area can call for support, either doula support or breastfeeding support. And so I can give the warm line number.
Okay.
It's 800-313-6141. And then you'll be prompted for the either extension one, I believe, is doula support, and extension three for breastfeeding support, where you'll get me. And so that
Ooh.
warm line has been going, and it's been really helpful for families just to, call and just tell us what they need when they need to tell us. And it's been really great so far.
That's awesome. All right. And what are your social media handles for Benfa?
So our social media handles, if you look on Facebook, we are Black Mothers Breastfeeding Association spelled out on Facebook.
Okay.
Instagram, oh gosh, wait a minute. I'm not that great with Instagram as I am with Facebook. So let me see. I think it's Benfa.
Mhm. Girl, like I said, it's a learning curve for us all. By the time we can start connecting back in person, we're gonna be like this technically. Like
We
what?
are. So the
You can
Instagram is BMBFA. It's Benfa. So it's not
okay.
spelled out on Instagram. And I believe it is the same on Twitter, as I'm not a
Okay.
Twitter user as much as I
Awesome.
should. And
Well,
so everything is on the website, of course, blackmothersbreastfeeding.org as well.
okay. So can you talk about some of the activities that you were involved in for National Breastfeeding Month? And then we'll talk about what you all were doing for Black Breastfeeding Week.
Yeah, so of course, all of us in this field, August is like the Christmas time of year for us. We're all so busy. It's like getting prepared for everything and then all these events. And so the first week of the month, of course, is World Breastfeeding Week. And the first week we did a virtual community conversation about breastfeeding in our community along with COVID-19. And so what we did is we had a few panelists, including some of our moms, just talk about the sustainability aspect of breastfeeding, the importance of that. And so we had some local food policy leaders in our city come onto the panel and discuss as well. We
Oh,
also did a virtual, not baby lift up, global latch on. We did that as well.
okay.
And so we had quite a few of our moms participate with that. And that was such a good time just to see everybody. And, moms had an opportunity to share with us on the Zoom just all their affirmations for breastfeeding and why they were still doing it. And so that was a really beautiful thing for us to do in that virtual space. So that's how we started the month for World Breastfeeding Week. And so we've been doing still throughout the month the clubs happening every week as well, in addition to that.
The work on top of more work in celebration, like you
Yes.
said. Yeah, it's definitely is a very special time for us. Awesome. So, all right. So let us segue into our collaboration. We're going to talk about Black Breastfeeding Week. So, right before we do, in terms of Black Breastfeeding Week, so of course you are there with Kiddada Green, one of the co-founders of Black Breastfeeding Week, and that is wonderful and amazing. And so for Black Breastfeeding Week, what activities did you all have going on there, and just how is it being just shoot at the epicenter of things for Black Breastfeeding Week? How do you deal with that?
So it was so busy. It was such a good time. I'm so fortunate that the team at Benfield, we all work really well together. So I have to shout out everybody there, Cicely, Latasha, Rabina, and Ashley, Kiddada, of course. And so we formed some committees to plan some of our events with our participants
Mm-hmm.
and some of my other colleagues in different areas that we partner with pretty frequently. And so we had frequent planning committee meetings. And so one of the things that we decided is that we wanted to do a reunion. And so, our family reunion, my family was supposed to have a reunion this year. And of course, we didn't get to do that. So when I heard Kadada say we should do a family, a reunion, I was like, yes, this would be so much fun. And so off we went, and we had some wonderful sponsors from Blue Cross Complete and Medela. And so we were able to do plan that event. And so we invited any mother from 2008 until 2020 who had ever participated in a breastfeeding club. So we had hundreds of invitees, and we had a registration activity to entice people. And so, it all came together really well. And we decided we were going to give our families these wonderful gift boxes. And so we had a good time doing that during the reunion live. It was so awesome to do. So we had a good time. We ended up having about 60 or so moms participate in the virtual Zoom reunion. And it really felt like a family reunion. I was ready to get up and do the, family reunion dancing. But we had a really good time.
Yeah, isn't it amazing? Like, you of course, we deal with moms in the lactation age, and then like you see our babies grow up and they're like toddling and starting school, and
Yes.
then it really puts a spin on just how much time is going by, and how many
Yes.
families' lives are affected by our work. And it's
It
just
was so nice to hear the
feels good.
stories. we had asked families to submit photos so that we could update everybody. So, like the babies that maybe you were in club with in 2012, now you get to see them now.
Oh my
And so we
goodness.
all got to ooh and ah over the photos and the growth of the families and the babies. So it was such a good time.
Yay. We hope them have an amazing, wonderful start and empower their mommies to be, their best selves and just all of that. Oh, that was great. One of our users talking about that's a phenomenal idea. So that is wonderful.
We had
Oh,
a ball. And so some of the other activities that were included as part of Black Breastfeeding Week was there was a blog series that was actually put out, and that was with our Benfa Mommy ambassadors. And so there
mhm.
was a blog series that was shared. I think it started day one of Black Breastfeeding Week, and that was a pretty interesting. It was just beautiful to read their stories because people, you see the word, but when you really hear about a mom's experiences and the challenges that she overcame, so those blogs are really beautiful and they're still up for people to view as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, I like with Facebook, a lot of our moms, just continue to post the pictures of their growing babies.
Mhm.
I'm forever posting like, I can't believe that they're that big, and all that. So, yeah, once again, with this virtual world now, things can be archived and seen forever. So
And
you,
ever.
you try to look your best. It's like, oh wow,
Right.
that's what we're looking like in 2020. Okay, all right, we didn't look too bad. Through a pandemic and all of that. Oh, well,
Yes.
that's a wonderful and great. May God bless you all with your future endeavors and work, and just I love to be able to collab on some other things. I think
Yes.
that's so with this walk. Um, that was really a cool way to be able to stay connected during this time. And once again, I appreciate you all for your support of it. So how'd you do? Were you able to get some walking in for the month of August?
I got some walking in. Some of the time I was walking, I was like, oh no, I didn't start my app at the start of
Mhm.
the walk, but I did get my walking in. So I know that you guys were out. I've been watching the BSTARS page, so I've been seeing what's going on. But my 6-year-old has been like really the person who was on it. Like, mommy, we need to go do our big walk today. So she was on it. So I probably didn't document as much of the walking as I wanted to, but
Hey, that's our girl. This was first year effort. We muddled through with love and grace as best as we could. But I think it still came out, pretty great. And like I
yeah.
said again, it's just, I looked down my phone and I'm like talking to my sisters across the country on a good basis, and I'm like, wow, this doesn't usually happen. So even in
Mhm.
that was pretty cool. But and just like a covert way for us to get a little exercise in, I
Yes.
know that with us doing this work, a lot of us were busy, but we're not exercising,
Right.
and so yeah, it was just a really great way to stay connected and also get a little exercise in. So once again, I appreciate y'all for joining us on our Million Milk March.
Yeah,
Um,
you appreciate the invite for
we
sure.
are thinking this is how it's going to be moving forward. I hope that you all will join us again next year as we grow and get even better.
Yes.
So it's all of that. Okay, so playlists, and then we're going
Mm.
to leaderboards. So you have to give me. I apologize. I did try to give you kind of like, okay, we're going to talk about this and this. I didn't say this. Okay, top three of your playlist when you walk.
Oh goodness, top three of my playlist. Can I actually look? Oh, for sure, Beyonce Black Parade because I
Okay.
feel like that song just embodies everything we do every day. And many of you, if I'm a Beyonce stan, there's no denying that. So I'm gonna say definitely Black Parade. Oh goodness, I listen to so much music, but I don't know what I've been listening to.
And
Nas
girl,
has a new album. I've been listening to that a lot. So
well,
it's
wait,
that
well, say that again.
Nas has a new album. So I've been listening to that a lot.
Yes,
So
girl.
put on some Beyonce, put on some Nas, and if you just want to relax, especially if you're walking like near water, some
Hmm.
good Janae Aiko will definitely set the vibe.
Ooh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Yeah, girl, I love all of that.
Go this way. Okay.
I know I am butchering her name. I will fix it in a moment. Yeah, girl. I am creating the playlist of the stars. So yeah, I got everybody's top three written down.
Okay, I think of three specific songs to share with you in
Oh,
addition to Black
well,
Parade. Oh, my camera came on.
I want to watch the computer. Can I watch the computer? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
I told you she was gonna come and say hello. I knew it.
They know by the tone of our voice, and of
Hmm.
course, we're all set up that they pretty much can do what they want to do. You know,
Oh yes.
just ask nicely. Can I go cook in the kitchen? Like wait,
Like
what?
the scamming is at a level I've never seen from the children. The scams are tough right now.
Oh, wait, girl. Oh my goodness. And it's like now by now that when mommy is doing a certain thing, you should be doing a certain thing. But they just, it's like
Every time.
it's life or death. They need that thing like right now.
Right.
So, girl, I'm with you. And I had asked you. You said so you had started homeschooling prior to everybody deciding to go virtual.
Yeah.
So how was that going?
So it's a little different now that I'm home and she's home. So,
Mhm.
but it's going okay. So I find that it's the way I can best meet my child's needs educationally at this time.
Okay.
And so I don't know if it'll be something I do long term, but for now, it's going okay.
I need my headphones
Awesome.
back.
I think that during this time, we are really going to have to figure out how to take care. Once again, how to take care of us.
Yeah.
My children are enrolled in school, and this is their first week. Things are going pretty okay for my senior and my fifth grader, who are. Hey, wait a minute. My son was on here talking about hi, mom. He's supposed to be in class.
I saw that at the beginning.
I was like, wait.
That's so cute.
But yeah, so just they're doing okay. They're in different parts of the house, in class. But it's like I'm trying to figure out and gauge what the school system is going to be able to provide and what I have to supplement.
Yeah.
I really feel like it's gonna be us that if we don't get this right, we're going to be left behind.
Mhm.
Everybody else is trying to make sure that they are going to be up on whatever this virtual education is going to be. But for some of us, if we're not intentional about making sure our children get what they need, they're really going to be left behind. So we really got to figure out our educators in our circles, because not all of us are educators or can educate. Shoot, our
Absolutely.
aunties and whoever who maybe have to make breakfast and lunch, like all of that, and protect
Mhm.
and look around our circle to see who may need some extra attention and protection,
Yes.
that we can invite in safely into our spaces, so that we continue to grow and take care of us. But once again, just tribe mentality. So I'm in prayer about trying to figure out what that's going to look like. So that's awesome that you're homeschooling, girl. Please, we may need your model and what you got going on, that we can adapt it. I'm just saying, be ready, girl. Be ready.
I'm ready because I have one child, so I know parents who have children of multiple ages and they got a Chromebook over in this room and that room, and it's very
Right.
different. So I just hats off because this is a journey we're all on. It's
Yes.
tough.
Yes. Yep. We are there. We're there. We're made to be there for right now. So yes. Okay, so I was making sure that I didn't miss anything in terms of my questions, because I have to keep things written down. All right, so we're gonna go into our final leaderboards for our Million Milk March that ended August 31st. So I'm going to go here and then share my screen. And once again, I talk through it because it just makes it easier to get there. Let's see. I want to do. Yep, this is what I need. Okay, so can you see the individual leaderboards?
I can.
Okay, awesome. So these are our leaderboards, our individual leaderboards. I'm going to do top 10. All right, so we have Leonard in first place with 691,200 steps, and this is by distance. Then Yvonne in second place, 547,112. Judy, 426,234. Naomi, 402,272. Bernita, and wait a minute, I got my there. Gotta move y'all over on Instagram slightly. Naomi, 402,272. Bernita, 391,365.
Wow.
Gabby, 342,548. Julie Lynn in seventh at 260,551. Asha and eighth, 249,202. Kamathi at ninth, 230,984. And Aubrey rounding out our 10th place at
Woo!
223,864 steps. Woo! That
That's a
was
lot
about
of steps.
saying that, let alone stepping that many steps. Congratulations, Leonard, on being number one. Awesome. Okay, we are going to go into our team leaderboards. If I can get this to, that was individual. So we're going into team. All right, DC Breastfeeding Coalition. And we need to
Okay.
adjust this to distance. Footprints are a combination of steps and fundraising together. Distance is just steps. So I'm going to just steps. All right. So DC is in first place. Is officially first place. 3,682,428. And then BSTARS came in second and 2,284,609. Mahogany Milk was in third, 801,644 steps, reaching our sisters everywhere, 642,493. Indiana Black Breastfeeding Coalition in fifth at 462,631. And let's do our top 10. So in sixth place, we have the Southeast Michigan IBCLCs of color at
All right.
266,447. The Boab Birth Collective at 191,297. Breastfed Baby at 170,970. The Chattanooga Mocha. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I have to say their name properly. Chattanooga Mocha Mommy Milk Moments Lactation Support Group. I knew it was a mouthful, so I needed to do them properly. Let me go back to my team leaderboards at 83,052. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't win into number 11. My apologies. I get on a roll. But wait. How do? Wait a minute. Footprints. I said, okay, that's what. But shoot, according to Footprints, Black Mothers Breastfeeding Association was at 17,700 steps. So y'all showed up. Y'all showed up. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. So collectively, let me go to our homepage. We were able to complete 8,600 I'm sorry, not 8,000, 8,638,731 steps together collectively. Wow. And we fundraised $6,043, which is a wonderful and great start for a first year effort. And so now what I wanted to share with you all, what's next? So a lot of our organizations and doing the work, the additional work of what we enjoy doing with lactation for the month of August with National Breastfeeding Month and our activities and walking as we could. We're just starting to get the hang of it toward the end of the month. And so it was like, now that it's over, I'm now trying to get, of course, a little self-care in, doing a little bit more relaxation, even have an opportunity more to do some walking, right? So what we decided to do is we closed out our official Million Milk March. However, we are going to be just taking a walk in the park after dark, since I can't play the official song, in the cool down. So we encourage you to keep walking all month long of September. It starts today and it'll go to October 3rd. First, just to walk, no pressure, but it would be so awesome. My thing is to see us continue to walk across this map. So we're just doing this. If people still want to join, they can at the $25 mark. It's just to be included in this cool down walk. So you all are hearing this now. Please continue to count your steps. So it goes live officially at 12 today. We wanted to officially to stop it so that we could get our true leaderboards for the end of August. But now with us doing this with BIMFA and talking about the wonderful celebrations of Black Breastfeeding Week, we are announcing this. And I got a whole flood of hearts on Instagram. So that's awesome. So yay, continue to walk. No pressure, but just it's getting into the fall time. Hopefully it'll be a little cooler. And yeah, let's see us continue to walk this map. I'm going to take it off of my screen so I can see your lovely face again. Stop sharing. There we are. I'm getting better at this. And I think that's about all. Erica, once again, I so appreciate you for joining me. And more work to do.
Yes.
But we will figure it out with God's help and lots of love and great sisterhood. And so again, I appreciate you, and I hope that you have a great day today. And
Thank you so much for having me to chat with you. It's so good to see your face today. And so I'm so glad we got to do this together.
Awesome. Yay. All right. Well, again, thank you. And have a good day. Take care.
You too. Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.